World wars, events of mass destruction, and the largest genocides known to mankind. The losses were massive, and the obliteration left nothing but a trail of rubble and dust. Hi guys, I'm Shashank, and I just had a haircut. When we think about the world wars, we talk about Hitler, Stalin, Mussolini, and also the involvement of major powers like Russia, France, Italy, United States, and of course, the Great Britain. The Great Britain. Well, we all know that the British Empire was a major power during the wars and was also on the winning side. But how many of us know that a significant number of soldiers fighting for this empire were Indians? The Indians fought on many fronts for the British: Africa, Germany, Italy, Middle East, Far East. The Indians were also the largest voluntary force during these wars. Let's talk about one such battle where Indian cavalry units stole the show. The city of Haifa in Israel was under the Ottoman control for over 400 years before the battle was fought. The Ottomans were a part of the Central Powers, while the British were a part of the Allied Powers during the First World War. Haifa was a very important city due to its strategic location. The sea coast and the railway lines were critical for supplies. After capturing Megiddo on the 22nd September 1918, a regiment of the British Army received a report that the Ottomans had evacuated. The Brits thought that they could just walk into the city and wave their flags. Well, that's quite easy. Just walk into the city and wave the flag. Wave your flag, now wave your flag. But they were wrong. As they were advancing, they met with heavy artillery fire. Dear me, these blokes are still in there. Now this was becoming a big hindrance. Haifa had to be captured at any cost. This was when the 15th Cavalry Brigade was called in. It consisted of Mysore Lancers, Jodhpur Lancers, and Hyderabad Lancers. However, the Hyderabad Lancers were given the responsibility to escort the prisoners. Therefore, they were replaced by the Sherwood Yeomanry Regiment. Now, the battle was on. The Ottomans were positioned on Mount Carmel. They were also supported by an Austrian unit of light field guns and also a unit of German machine gunners. According to the battle plan, on the 23rd September 1918, the Mysore Lancers would flank the attack from both the sides, while the Jodhpur Lancers would launch the main frontal assault. But this was not so easy. The enemy had machine guns and artillery, while the Indians were only equipped with lances and swords. Also, the enemy was positioned on steep slopes, which made it even more difficult. A barrage of artillery was fired upon the Lancers when the charge commenced. The German machine gunners showed no mercy. To make things even worse, the marshes and the swamps made it very difficult for the horses to advance. The volley of fire continued. The Lancers were on a suicide mission. At this point, the commander of the Lancers, Major Dalpat Singh Shekhawat, was grievously injured. However, despite all these dangers, Captain Aman Singh Jodha, an experienced war veteran, gathered the troops and continued the charge. They somehow managed to reach the enemy. After an hour of intense fighting, the Ottoman positions have been captured. The Lancers further charged into the city, surprising its defenders. Over 1,350 Germans and Ottomans have been taken as prisoners. Unfortunately, Major Dalpat Singh Shekhawat succumbed to his injuries and passed away. 8 other Indian Lancers died fighting in this battle. The city was finally freed from the Ottoman rule. The Israelis have built a memorial in Haifa dedicated to the Indian Lancers. The Teen Murti Bhavan in New Delhi has been built to honor the martyrs. Every year, 23rd September is celebrated as the Haifa Day. Unfortunately, this battle is not being told in our history books. While the Israelis pay their respects to these soldiers, we Indians have completely forgotten about this battle.